and welcome to my second tutorial. Today we're going to make this beautiful tiger eye pendant with this beautiful puffy heart. We're going to go with the gold and black today, but you can use any color you like. And this is a 20 gauge, and then the weaving wire is a 28 gauge. And then this little bead is a 5mm bead. You could put any size you like in that. I went with a black chain on this one. Back is cute. This one took approximately 3 hours to make and turned out super cute. So let's make it. Alright, so to start this project, we're going to cut 4 wires, 2 at 18 inches and 2 at 15 inches. And you could cut them all at 18 if you don't mind losing a couple inches, that way you don't put them in the wrong spot. But we're going to put the 2 shorter ones, the 15-inch ones, in the middle of the 2 longer ones. So these are the 2 15s. So I just grab these both first, then grab a long one, put it on top, and a long one, put it on the bottom. And then making sure that this end is all level. So the short ends are over here. So the longest one is 18, so we're going to start in the middle. Right at 9 inches, we're going to tie these 4 wires together with the shortest 2 in the center. Like I said, you could just leave them all at 18, so you don't have to worry. Because I've messed this up a couple times myself. But I like to save wires, so. Okay, so I'm going to go with gold and black today with this design. It's going to be pretty. But if you got a bobbin, I highly recommend it. It holds lots of wires. You don't have to measure it, or you can just do a couple feet at a time and tie it in as you need it. Okay, so start off the bottom wire. Flaring them out helps a little bit too, so you can get around them easier if you're just starting. This is my second tutorial, and hopefully this one's a lot smoother and not 2 hours long. So we're just going to do 3 ties at the bottom to get it started. And then you're going to go over 2, and then under 1, so up in the middle of those 2. And then over 2 again, and then under 1, over 2, under 1, and then behind, you're going to go down 2, and come up, and then go between them, and then do that again. Go down 2, and then go between them, and under that bottom one, and around the back. So you're just kind of catching each wire all the way up, and then all the way down. That's 1. We're going to do 4 of these total, matching that exact pattern, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'll do the last one with you. Showing our 4th one. Over 2, under 1, over 2, under 1, and behind 2, behind 2, over 1, behind 2. Okay, then when you get to the bottom here, get your nylon pliers and smash it down, and then push them together. And then if you want to measure your wires, make sure you're kind of in the middle of your pattern, making sure that all these ones are at the same length, and that these ones, you got the short ones on the inside. The 2 longs on the outside, just double check that. And then we're going to start our pattern up the side. So this rock, it's 1.25 inches to its shoulder. So whatever rock you're using, you want to go to tie about to the shoulder. Kind of where it starts to change direction in the shape. Kind of catch that. And now we're going to do a checker pattern on just the bottom 2. We're going to do a pattern. We're going to do 5 on the bottom, 5 wraps with single wire, 2, 4, and then we're going to go up 1, and then we're going to wrap the second wire up 5 times. And 5. And then every so often you're going to just give a little scrunch. I usually put a few more in here before I do this, but it's a good example. Just smashing it down, keeping it nice and snug. And then you're going to do 5 and 5 again till you get to that 1.25 inches, which I believe is 10 of these all the way up. But I'm going to get up to here and stop, and I'll be right back to show you what that looks like. Okay, I want to show you something. I'm about 1 inch up on the pattern, and I've done this style before, and I actually needed to tie on to something right at this length. So I'm going to cut a piece of loose wire, probably, I got it extra so I can cut it long. I'm going to go with like 7 or 8 inches, and I'm going to wrap it. Okay, so you got pattern side up. Oh no, it'll be like this. Okay, I'm going to finish the 5 on top. That's 2, 3, 4. Oops, 5. So I know I won't be able to get this wire through there later, because you know it's hard to get it through the pattern. But if I put it in now, which is so cool about trying a design before, and then when you make it again, you can catch all the ideas that you missed the first time. So I'm just gonna, I probably should wrap that around once, huh? Why not? Got it in there. So you can just skip this part if you're not a, if you don't care if the whole tie goes around this whole wire, because that's the only difference is I'm just sneaking this in now. But you can wrap it around. I just wanted it to look like it was just part of it. So this is just going to be hanging in your way the whole time too, so if you don't like that. So I'm just going to pull that back, and I'm going to continue with my pattern for the extra 1/4 inch. So another thing too I don't like is when it sticks above. But you use these, pull it into the pattern so it doesn't have that bump. Well, that's not going to matter, it's going to be tied down. Okay, so. And then it's not far now till we're done, so I'll come right back when I reach my spot. Okay, so we're at 1.25 inches, and we're going to do this side the same way, but I wanted to show you here on this one, it's a little different pattern, is where I had to tie right here. So we're just, this one's a solid band, so I could never have gotten through that, so I ended up just wrapping it around. But with this one, with just the one tie on that side, I can grab this wire later. This one I'm not so worried about, but that's it. So it's kind of cool to learn from your first designs when you can sneak ahead. Okay, so on this one, you're going to leave at least 18 to 20 inches of weaving wire on it, because we'll use it later. We're going to need it. So I like to cut mine long, because I guess I can just start buying more wire. Okay, so on this side, we're going to do the same pattern, and if you started, sorry, I got a burn on my finger. If you started on the outside on this side, do that on this side and copy that. And it looks like it's about 10 patterns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 or 10. And I'll be back when I get up to here. And don't put another tie on, it's just this one. Alright, I'll be back. So we doubled the pattern on the other side. And you're just going to leave your bobbin attached. And we're going to remove our little tags here that we started with. I don't know if you know this cool little trick of just twisting it. Go in a circle, it comes right off. Okay, so you're going to leave your bobbin on there. What you're going to do next is get your nylon pliers. We're going to fold it right here in the center. Just going to bend this bottom half back. So we're just going to keep going. Something like that. And then separate these two in the back. Now that your bottom wire is all wrapped around everything, which always keeps it interesting, let's put that one over there. Alright, so you're looking at it like this, and we're going to work on this side first. So you want to turn it so the pattern, the shortest one is farthest away from you. You're just going to bend that one back and out of the way. It's just a soft bend. Because we're going to be just doing these bottom three. So we'll be working on this side. I'm going to tie these two together. So down here, top one. This one is going to be on the inside. And on the top, I was kind of confused with those back wires. And the long ones of these three wires. We're going to bring them together. And the short one we're not using. So it kind of looks like that. Right. So we're going to wrap. Just scooch them up there a little bit. They don't have to be touching or, but pretty close. Pretty close. And then if we flare them out, you never want to cooperate. Stay. To come behind your other one. And come up around the second from the bottom. Just wrap it once. And then wrap the bottom one. And then you do not want to grab this fourth wire. Just these three. And you go up two, under one, over that gap, grab the third one, over the third one, and then back under the second one, over the second one, down around the bottom. Okay, that's one. We're going to do that 10 times. So I'm going up on over two, under one. Remember, do not grab that fourth wire. I've done that. And I had to unweave the whole thing. Behind two. Around the bottom. Over two. Under one. Over two. Under one. Alright. So that's two. I'll come back when I've done 10 of those and show you then. Okay, I did 10 repeat patterns, and it looks like that a little bit. And I still have a tail on here, probably good 12 inches. And I'm just going to leave that on there because that's actually good to tie stuff off later. So we're going to go to this side. I'm going to do this side now. So you're going to take the inside wire, it's going to be the one on top. And remember, this short wire is going to curve in. I'm not going to use that one, we're just going to work with these three. So as you can see, it's the inside wires going over there. And then these bottom three we're going to tie together. Now I'm working upside down, so the three wires we're going to be working with are on top. So keep that in mind when you come down, that you don't grab this bottom one here. Just kind of round it out of the way. And then just work with these three. And remember, this closest one's going to be the one that comes up to this one. Alright. My bobbin's still attached. So, let's see. I'll go over two. Just flaring them out because they like to get twisted. Between those two. Over two. Get that one nice and snug. Then behind two. Through the middle. Over the third one. Keep it separate. So over two. Two. Behind one. And the same thing, we're going to do 10 of these to match the other side. So it'll be exactly like this one. Except they're twisted. See, they're shorter in the middle. So I'll be back when I got 10 up this side. Okay, so we got 10 up on this side. And we left these little two inside wires alone, the shorties. And now we're going to put the stone in here. So we're going to just gonna help a little bit, make it look more like heart's gonna go in there. So you're gonna take your heart and smush it between these two. Actually, I'm gonna open these up too a little, because these are gonna kind of go around the edge of the heart. So I just like to form it around the rock, or this tiger eye heart. And just bending these over the top. Slippery, but it won't be for long. It jumped right out of there. I'm just trying to get the design as close as I can to the rock, so I'm just pressing and then shaping the edge over it. Pretty's like sliding around. Just shaping it. Sorry about all these wires, it's hard to see. Well, I'm going to keep smashing it around the rock for a little bit, but you got the idea. You want these sides flared around the rock. And then I'll cut back when I shaped it a little better. Okay, that took like a couple minutes, and I just molded it around the rock so it kind of snugged it up real nice. Fit in there. And flip it over, see if you like it. We're gonna, detail these a little more, move them around so it hugs the rock a little better. That's how it starts. We're gonna tie the top now. But these two short wires, you're just gonna bring them down. Don't try to kink them, but kind of something like that. And this one, just bring this one down. Just out of the way. Don't have any kinks, but. And then this short wire, I'm just going to leave that on there later, for later. So your bobbin, so your rock's might be a little fidgety at first, but once it's tied in there, it'll be better. Okay, so I'm starting off in the center here. And you're going to want to flare your wires out, starting from the back, low one. So you got like that. Do that to this side. So these ones are the farthest away down there. So you're kind of looking at something like that. So cool. Alright. So this one, you're going to go behind. So I'll say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're going to go behind the third wire. And we're going to try to get these as close as we can over the shape you want. But you want it down low to the heart, as close as we can snug it up so it's a nice fit in there. I'm going to go behind that wire and just try to bring them close together. Kind of give them a little cinch like that. Just cinch it up. And since you're around that one, now these are just going to, once we get it tied up, we can pull these apart a little better, but I'm going to grab that same wire again. If I can find it. Go around it again. And then go around the second wire. Come up from behind it. Around it. Behind. And around the first one. So you grabbed all three. And kind of just bend these a little bit, but that's a lot of strain for one wire, so we're not going to put too much tension on it yet. So you're going to go over two, under one, over two, under one. But when you get to this other side, you're going to go down through the middle, since you're on the top, and you're going to come underneath the fourth wire, and around that one again. Trying to show you better what I'm doing. Because so around that one, so we're going to go grab the middle one, go behind, two, around the sixth one, then up over the top towards you, over two, behind one, over 2, behind 1, and down through the center, and then come up behind the third one, because you want to like that crisscross action in the center. Behind 2, over 1, behind 1, over 2, behind 1, over 2, behind 1, down through the center, behind 4, behind 5, over around 6, over 2. Just keep pushing them down. Okay, now I got a couple ties on there, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. So we're just going to shift this design around a little bit. I just wanted to get a good tie on there for shaping it. So just push these down nice and snug. These are great. Just trying to get a nice close to the heart. That's good. Okay, and then starting with this one, I'm just going to peel it out. Peel out this one. Do that with this side. This is going to be the shape for our bail because we're going to have a little pretty design like this. So we're going to kind of match that. So you're going to envision it in your mind where it's going to stop, you know. Don't want it to come out too far. Nice rounded edges. No kinks. You could make the bail any shape you want. You can go tall and longer bail. And I'm just going to try to keep it close to the heart. Just moving around. And I ended up removing this tie because it was supposed to be down here. It ended up here, way up here. I don't know how, what, why. Anyways, that's not going to do me any good, so that I removed that. Anyways, let's look at that wire the whole time. Okay, so now we're going to go back to working on the pattern some more. So this one, see, if you're coming under this one, you want to come over the top on this side. That's so it kind of switches over to the opposite pattern. So then it's over 2. You'll flare out your little corners here so you're easy to grab. I feel like I got backwards there somewhere in that pattern. Oh well. Okay. I'm supposed to go by this one. So over 2, behind 1, over 2, behind 2, over. Did mess up somewhere, but this piece will be hidden, so it's not terrible. Okay, so I'm behind 2. Can I keep on that? This drives me nuts. Okay, over 2, behind 1, over 2, behind 1, over 2, behind, and then over 1. Right, behind 2 over 1, and then over 2. So we're going to go to the size that you want the top to be. So we're going to go to about right there and just keep it really close. Smash it down once in a while. Push it down if you can. And we'll come back when I'm right about there. See you in a minute. Okay, so I reached a good height. Just put your fingers over it like that. You'll see that's going to be the size of your pendant, practically, So that's a good height you like. So what I do is I just make sure it's pulled down, your weave's pulled down nice and snug, and putting your fingernail, the end of your finger right there, you're just going to hold that steady and then pull these straight up like that. And I like to flip over because I tend to do the same if I'm holding the same way. So hold that right there. Pull it straight up like that. And then start bringing them in together till you come to a point. And we're going to try to match the same design on the bottom. So keep them taut away from each other because it'll keep that pattern tight right here, this pretty weave. So if you push them together, it starts to bow up. So keep them apart. And bring the points in. So you get a matches on the top like that. When you get the triangle where you like it, I just hang on to the point again and put these this way. And I'm holding it steady here so you see these two are coming together like that. And then you can flare them out at the top again so you can get around them easier for weaving. That's what I do. So you got something like that. And then we're going to continue the pattern up, and as you go up, you'll notice your weave's going to want to start sliding. You can use your fingernails to hold it down, or you can just let it slide up. It's still a cool look as you go. I have them both ways, and it's not that noticeable on the back anyways. So I'm going to weave till we get here. Like I said, you just hold your fingernail, hold it down as you keep going across. Keep it snug. I'll be right back. Okay, we're almost to the top. Just going to do a couple more stitches. Over 2. 1. Does it help when you repeat it out loud for listeners? I don't know. Let me know if you have any suggestions on what you'd like to see in a tutorial. Because sometimes you just wonder what they're doing because the wires are so tiny. So going over 2. Between the 2. Over. So I'm just making a cool little weaving pattern. Over. And we'll stop right when we get to the center there. Another question. When I watch tutorials, they always go faster than I can weave. Would you rather just weave along with no jumping forward? Or just weave along with them and watch, and 2-3 hour video, and just actually make it with them. Let me know, because I always wonder. I mean, usually I just make it with the tutorial, but or you just have to like keep rewinding it and let it play, then rewind it, because when you pause it's just quiet. It's like you're gonna have to turn it back on. Can't really watch anything else. I don't know, what are your thoughts on that? Weave along or pause it? Okay, so you're gonna stop when you get to the center weave, to the center point. And then we're going to take, like, you can use a pen or a pencil. I'm just going to use this little dotting tool. And we're going to bend the bail back. So you're going to put it in the center there of your design. And just bend it over the top. Like that. Keep it in there. Push it back. Just kind of keep that level. And then just push it back with your finger. So it's like that. Perfect. Check the back. Okay, so now we got like that. Gotta push down in the back. So what we're going to do now is we're going to, and make sure that this wire in the back is straight down in the center. And these two outside wires, you're just going to kind of bring them a nice little swoop over the shoulder. Just nice over. Bend it in the same spot, keep them matching. And okay, so you're going to use your thumb to kind of guide it. But you're just going to do like a half circle. A little loop hanging there. I'm going to try to copy that on this side. Use your finger to make a nice soft bend. The wires are so long it's hard to get a good angle. Okay. So the kind of, right, you want to match them. Okay, so then you're going to grab the second one on each side. Kind of come along there, matching it. You can do a tighter design where it's really close. Or you could space them out a bit. Just nice and slow. Okay, back to the front. And the same thing, you just use your finger to kind of push it over. You can feel it under your fingers really good. You can hold it down as you curve it up. So you got kind of another one laying over the shoulder. And match this side. And you're going to go on the inside of the last two. Making a match is always fun. But take your time, because you're going to be looking at it a while. They tend to want to match, I notice, you know. So I'll kind of bend the same way. Okay, I'm liking that. And then grab these other two. Try and remember to pay attention to this one so it doesn't get caught up in there. Straight down the center. And then it's hard to look at your work through the camera. It's easier just to look at your work. And then you look at the camera and realize you're no one can tell what you're doing. I find it, and it's so hard to do too. Holding it away from your face, like you want to look at it closely at the details. So these tutorials are a fun challenge, but and then talking to yourself, that's another one that takes getting used to. That first one, the very first one, never even one that I posted, it just whispered so low I couldn't even hear what I was saying. Just muttering. Okay, so then these last two are going to go in between the first four. And just pretty soon they'll set right in there. Like once you bend them to stay, they tend to just. And this gold wire too is a lot stiffer than just bare copper or even just the tarnish resistant copper. So you'll notice that just if you're not doing colored, it's a lot easier to work with than the colored, I think. These are a lot stiffer. But it's so fun to work with the colors. I really like it. Kind of looks Egyptian, the gold and black. Pretty combo. So just push them around. And you get the idea. I'm just not going to do it all on camera. But just make sure you got good balance on each shoulder. And I come up in the center good. And then we'll go from there. Be right back. Okay, that only took me like 2 minutes. Just wanted to make it look really clear so it was easy to understand. Remember that one piece we had extra it's about 12, 15 inches long? We're going to use that piece, and you want to start in the center. So make sure that it's in between the sets of three. And if you don't have this piece on there, just tie off, get a piece of wire and tie off to one of those 3 bars inside. Just tie off there and then come through the center. And you can just move these out of the way, tie it on there, and then straighten them back out. And then put a nice piece on there, like 15, 20 inches. So this part, we're going to grab, so we'll call it the 4th wire. You're going to go behind it and wrap around it again. And then cinch it up nice and tight so it's close to the veil. Button it up real good. And then we're going to grab the 3rd wire. Go around that one once and pull it up real. We want these ones snugged up real tight to each other so they meet right in the center, right above the heart. And then wrap it around again. Another thing too, it's nice to tie it to the bail so you could button it up tighter, but you could just start on this wire because these wires will be all tied down to something. Okay, so you're around the back on that one. Then you're going to go over to, so you can get this out of the way so it doesn't confuse you. So going over to behind 1. And then, since we grabbed the first 2, the next lever we're going to grab just the next one. So you're going to grab the 5th wire over top, pull that in real tight to the other ones. Then go behind 2 and around 1. Actually, you gotta go behind, I should say behind 2 again, and around 1, behind 2. And then grab the middle one, not this outside one, just the second one. Go around it once, then go around it twice. And then we're gonna go behind this one actually. Go over 2. Actually, no, wrap this bottom one twice as well. Is that right? Yeah. So 1, 2, and over 2. Over 2, under 1, over 2. We're going to go all the way to the outside. We're making like a diamond pattern in the middle here. And then this one, snug it up to the others. Go behind 2. Behind 2. Behind 2. And then on this one, don't go to the first one. Just stay behind the second one. Leave this last one out of that one. And then go around it again. Go around the second one. Over 2. Over 2. And then grab the 5th one. But don't go out to the 6th one. Then go behind 2. Behind 2. And since we grabbed the second one last time, don't grab it again. We're just going to go behind the 3rd one. And then behind or over 2. And then we're going to tie up on this one. So you're going to wrap this one 3 times just by itself. You're going to wrap the 4th bar 3 times. Just put a point on it for the diamond. And then you do this cool little, ta-da, it's coming together. See, I've got a little cool shape. This lighting in here isn't all that great, is it? Well, hopefully my tutorials get better, and so does the lighting. Okay, moving on. Okay, so now you got this. Now if you need to do any critiquing, you can pull your wires still. You can pull them through a little bit, snug them up. If you really want to flatten your wires, you can use these cool little flat nose pliers. And get right behind that weave and flatten it down. If you like it really all just tucked. Which it does look good, you know. Okay, so once you get it where you like it, move stuff around a bit. Should we do the back or do these curls first? It'd be nice to get these wires out of the way. Well, this one looks easy. We're just going to put a curl on this one. So, using your fingernail, kind of get a nice soft bend in it. Sometimes where you've got somewhat of a kink in it. Looks like a pineapple. And see this, you know, like when you measure in the beginning, you never really know exactly how much you'll need. Because sometimes you might change your design idea. But I hate wasting wire. So I'm just going to clip it right there just so I can get a better curl on it. And then take your needle nose, pliers, grab the very tip of it. And I always leave it long because every time I start these, they like have a little flat spot in the curl. But you can just cut that off. And then you have this perfectly round. I mean, sometimes I can do without the flat spot, but just in case. And then you can always cut off a little more and a little more, so it's good to start long. See how it looks like a little flat spot? I just cut it off like that. and then just continue the curl. Seems to stay round. Try not to gar your wire. I got a flat spot there. You can always go back and detail it too and get little extras, like, but I don't know if I should do all that on camera. But you really can almost get it perfect with tools. Yeah, I'll do the little detailing later. Don't want to scar it. Okay, so on this one, I'm going to do this little side design. So I'm going to make like a tight curl. And another one. See how it likes to just do a pinch right there? So you can use tricks. Yeah, that's a good example. Oh boy. Okay, I can fix that better if I just finish this curl. It's just a really stiff part in the wire. It doesn't want to still bend. I guess it's... If you over move them around, it hardens the copper a little bit. I'm going to fix that right back. Okay, so I just made 2 little curls. I'm going to come around down here. Just take your time making it smooth. And the yellow wire is definitely stiffer. Cooperate. So I'm just going to spin it around. And again, I got a little extra. So I'll probably cut it right here. That looks pretty bad. And then just grab the tip. This is way too long, I know. So then just play with your design, get it the way you like it. Swirls are, they need critiquing. But I'm actually gonna work on this some more. Now it's out of the way at least, and it's kind of cute to look at. But let's go back to this up here. And again, if you did get it perfect, you're just gonna wrap a couple straps around that. tie it on there to this bar. But let's come back to that. Okay, so this next move, we're going to take these two down on the side. Bring them around the back. Bring this one around the back. Same height on each side, matching. And then follow that right through the seam. Just push it against there to center. Same on this one. To center. Like that. Bring them back. Put a nice little curve and come around the back. Right over the other one. Not too much high. You want to be able to get a chain through there. So just make sure your spacing looks good. And come along the back. And then we're going to go down and stay on the inside of these last two wires. It's tucked up right snug against the last bottom one there. Okay. And just sweep it around back. Does it match? Down between the last two. And then these ones, I think will look pretty going over the top. Kind of space them out a little bit. Kind of give them a little, oops. You love it when you're trying to see someone, their hands go out of the camera view. So that's cute. And kind of hold that out and bring that down the center like that. And hold this one over here. Bring it to center. Between the last four. And voila, it's like deja vu. It's like doing the same thing but on the back. Let's just check your spacing. And then we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to move these around, get them all settled in, and I'll be right back. Okay, got all the lines where I want them. Front looks cute. We got our bobbin still attached, and we're in the center of the wires. So we're going to do the same thing we did on the front. Let's go like this. Is that more confusing? But these were not working. Yeah, this is better. Okay, so we're going to grab and flare out your lines so you can catch them easy. You're going to keep track of them. We're going to grab the fourth wire up. We're going to wrap it 3 times and then pull it snug to the bail. Start close to the bail. Keeps it buttoned up. 1, 2, 3. Okay, then go behind the middle 2. Then around the third one again. Alright, so that completes that line. So we got the middle 2, now we're going to grab the next 2 out. So we're going to go over 2, behind 1, over 2, behind 1, behind 2, behind 2. Then we're going to grab the second one up, go around it again, leaving don't grab this one. Keep them snugged up tight. Alright, so over the third and second. Wait, no. Over two, under one. Under two. Over this one. Okay, so that completes that line. So now we're going to grab the outer one. So over the far one. And under. Then behind two. Behind two. Over one. Behind two. Oh, when you lose track. Alright. Yeah. And then behind two. Over one. Okay. So we're grabbing the last one on that pass. Then over two, behind one, over two, over two. Okay, since we grabbed the sixth one last time, we're not grabbing it this time. We're going to head back on this one. So behind two, over one, behind two, over one. Oops, did I go too far? Yeah, don't go to the bottom. Staying in the middle four now. So you're starting behind the second one up, and then over two, and we're just going to grab the two, and over two. Trying to get that diamond pattern going. Okay, so we're on the last two, so you're going to grab this one. Fourth wire, we're going to wrap it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And then that's our little diamond in the back. And again, if you want to use your flat noses, smush it down. And if you got strong nails, push your pattern together. Keep it snug. So it looks like a little diamond shape. And then what's next? We're going to do a different pattern on the back. Oh, I cut that short. This is why when you start, you just never know how much length you're going to need. I think 18 inches would be plenty. Okay, let me check a design. I'll be right back. Okay, so I was just checking the length of my wires. So what you're going to do is you're just going to spread the wires apart so they're nice and centered, even. And then on this side, you're going to take use your thumb and your fingers to move all 3 of the wires at the same time so they all flow nicely, and then just push down, push them in there to contour with this existing wire. Push them around so they look like they kind of flow. Nice soft bend like that, to where at one point they come to the wire, right? They touch somewhere. You can do any design you want, but as long as they come in contact, this is going to help secure the stone in, and it's going to be a beautiful pattern down the back. I really like making the backs look as nice as the front, So what we're going to do, now that you got it contoured and you see where it's going to lie, we're going to, with this wire that's still attached, and if you don't have it attached, not a problem whatsoever. We're going to start on the outside wire, the third one, out here underneath it. And we're going to do a checkered pattern just like we did here on the front. And we're just going to do, so this third wire is going to come in. We're just going to do these 2 wires. And we're going to checker down to where your 2 wires are going to come in contact with this one. And then we're going to include it in the pattern. So you can keep it on your bobbin until we get there. Let's see how I want to do this. Don't like working backwards. So we'll do 5 and 5. 3, 5. And then if it helps, you can lift your wire up a little bit just to catch it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then use your flat nose to press it down, keep it flat. And if you're using colored wire and you use these will scratch the color off of your colored wire. So try to use something soft, nylon pliers or your fingernails, because it's just a coating, so it'll scrape off. But it's tarnish resistant, so it lasts a long time if you keep it dry. 3, 4. And then you just wipe it down with a shiner if you want to shine it up. 5, 4. So you can see what I'm doing here. It's just a checkered. I'm gonna pause it so this video's not really long. But then let's meet up right down here, and I'll be back and just do these two. Actually, we're gonna grab this one right here in the corner. So I'll come back when I'm here. Okay, I reached the corner here. And now I'm just gonna, I want to grab this one just so I can secure it. This one right here on the inside. So to try to follow with the checkered pattern, the next one, instead of just grabbing one, I'm going to grab 2 and go around those ones 5 times. 2, 3, 4. So I just grab that one. And then go behind all 3. And then just move that one out of the way again. You can continue going down with these 2. So you're going to have to outside. 1, 3. See, flatten down. Try to slide them up. It's hard to see on the black. It is hard to see. Oh well. Okay, so now can keep going here. Jeez, the lighting is terrible. It's like a big black mess. It's not, I promise. Okay, when you get your pattern down to where your wires meet, this little wire here, we're going to have to remove it from the bobbin, or if you don't have a bobbin, I'm going to cut off like probably 18 inches again. I don't think I need that much at all because I'm just finishing down here. But so when you go to tie the other one, you're going to go under these 2. This is going to be hard to see. But I'm going under this wire and this wire. Try not to get them tangled up. Did it. And I got a kink in my wire. You don't want those. But I have to deal with it. pull that snug. And then you're going to try to grab those two, just those two, 5 times. So it looks like it's part of the checker. Sometimes this part goes easy, sometimes it's hard to get it under that other wire. Just take your time, lift it with your fingernail. And then watch what wires it gets around, because this wire will go everywhere. So that's one. Jeez. Holy. 2. That's not as easy as it looks. Almost cut that 3rd wire. What is that, 3? Jeez. 3. Make sure your wires are laying next to each other and not on top of each other, which is possible to see with this black, but and then go back to checkering just those 2. So 1, 2, 3. See, now it's nice and tight on there. Tied to the 3rd wire, and that should be plenty, because it's already in there. Alright, and we're going to come down to the end here. So what I was thinking here is there's actually a little room under the nose here, and I think I'm gonna cut these wires and tuck them in there. I haven't done this before, so it might not work, but if you're gonna tuck wires, you want to cut them a little longer so that when they go in there, that they stay in there, but not too short where they just pop right back out. So I'm thinking something like that. Oh, I only hung on to one. Well, I'll have to vacuum that one up later. Okay, so see how it's kind of drafted over those a little bit. Not tucking them in yet, because I want to keep even my pattern down to the bottom. Maybe I'll just grab that one wire again. I don't know, see when I get there. There's 2. And then this is just preference, how far you want to take the pattern down. It feels like it could slide up a bit. I think I'll do another one. Okay, with my needle nose, I'm just kind of put a little bend down on these, just so I can try to slide them in there. I didn't put 5 on there. I'll be back. Okay, so got a 5, and then I tuck these wires. You just kind of use your needle nose and put a little half round bend in it, and then push them under there, and you can always use your little handle to smush them in there. It's nice flat against the rock. And then I took that extra wire that I had and I slipped it under this wire. Well, not yet, but I'm actually gonna tie off to it. Should help even keep it down farther. So I'm just gonna go around it so I can even get under it. Come on. That's a tight one. There we go. It's good to have strong fingernails. And just cinch that down nice. I'm gonna do 3. More. Alright. So then you just do a little twisty. A little extra security on there. Ooh, so cute. And then just gonna spin this one around, make a pretty circle again. Needs trimming. Just gonna start here. Grab the point, curl it around. See how it looks like a little flat spot? Just cut that right off. Oops, did I miss it? No. And then just spin it around. So this side we're going to do the same thing. I don't know if I should film this side, but you're just going to push your thumb around, get it to go parallel with these ones. Holding all 3 wires together helps, keeps them uniform. And then just smush it around the stone. Get a nice bend on there. And then I'll keep filming, but this video will be forever. So we're going to copy this, and remember to grab it there, and then grab it there. And you can count these too, so you just copy your side. It should match perfectly. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, well I made the other side match. Came down and I tucked those wires in. And then to help flatten them, you take your nylon pliers and use that to push down on it. Get it in there nice. But I've never had any of these pop out. I mean, they tend to want to stay right where they are. There's no snagging. And then I tied off on this wire down here just to help hold it down too. And I'm going to twirl this one off. And then this little tag too, that was left over, I'm going to twirl that one off. And then I put 2 little cute curls on there. You can finish, you can do tighter curls or bigger curls. So cute back on that. And then here, we're going to tie this off now. So even one of those spare wires that we broke off, like this is probably 10 inches long. We'll just tie this off. So we're going to grab your loop. I'm going to grab this arm right here. I'm going to wrap it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Snug them all up. And then when you go behind it again, we're going to slide this whole weave under this checkered pattern. And slide this down to where it meets. Naturally. Okay, so that looks good. And what I try to do is stay along right between the 2 checkered patterns. And then come up and grab your loop. And wrap it again 3 times. You could go around the bar a couple times, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and ignore that. But you should go around it twice at least. In case one breaks, you got another wire. Alright, so you wrap it around 3 times. And then holding this down with your finger, do a little twirl. Do a little twirl. Alright. And that looks cute now, but if you take these little edges right here and get your flat nose behind the tips and just kind of flare them out a bit like that, kind of give it a little more style. Little adjustments at a time till you get it where you like it. Just the outer part there. And even these ones a little too. Give them a little flare. Careful. Sliding your flat noses around. They like to gar things up quick. Just little micro measurements as you go. See how the other side looks a little flat, and then it's got a little bit of a cute little, woohoo, what would you call that? Huh. Whoa, too much. Give it a little kick there. Cutesy, cutesy. And next we're going to put a bead in the center here. So again, just take a piece of that scrap wire that you picked off. I like to find the longest ones because it just seems to be easier longer. So, whoa, almost lost that in the couch forever. Alright. Okay, so we're gonna try to keep this on the wire. And we're just going to put it in the back here, behind these wires a bit. So, holding the bead in your hand, we're going to go through the center and then out between the top two ribs, between the two. And we're going to see how that looks behind one rib. And holding this wire tight because you don't want to pull it out of your hand. Straighten out your wire. Go through the center and then out through the second and first. Don't let your wires twist like that. And then we're going to decide whether to keep it up like that, which is cute, in front. I'm thinking I'm going to tap to this middle one, so they'll, between the first and second, tap in the middle there and go around that 3 times. Black wire is so hard to see. Okay. And then I'm going to wrap this one exactly the same way so they match. Going around this middle one. Nice and tight so that it doesn't bounce around in there. And you won't see the hole in the bead. There's 2. And 3. Level them up. You can always wrap it again 4 times if you want to really secure it. 3 should be plenty though. And then spin. And then hold in your weave. Spin this one. And there it is. Turned out so cute. And I'll take a way better video with better lighting and put it on my channels. I'll have the links below. But there it is. Thank you for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. And any comments, suggestions. I know I started whispering again, but hopefully I just keep getting better at doing these and come up with some cute designs. And if you want to subscribe or share, that would be awesome. Thanks again.